hot conditions for the riders, and I think uh, Aslan, Tamada, all the guys would have learned from race one, including Zambri, that there must be some tire management required in
Yes.
race two as well, because in the later part of the stages, that could affect everything.
Well, for Aslan this year, so far, he has been on podium in all races in Malaysia and Sentul, and also here in India. And this is second on the grid, Makoto Tamada, number 100, the former MotoGP and World Superbike Championship rider. And Zambari Baba, who won the race here back in 2010. Zambri third on the grid, the grid position. First row, Aslan, Makoto Tamada, and Muhammad Zambri Baba. Second row, Fujiwara, fourth on the grid. Then we have Pirawat Watang Nanon. Six is Yuki Ito. Third row, seven on the grid, Rita Kobayashi. Eight, Zakwan Zaidi. Nine, Tomoyoshi Koyama. Fourth row, 10 on the grid, Titipong Warakon. 11, Satoru Iwata. 12, Makoto Inagaki. Fifth row, 13 on the grid, Muhammad Ramdan Rosli. 14, Ratapong Wilarot. 15, and Fadli Imanuddin. 16 on the grid, Ahmad Fuad Barudin. 17, Mitsunori Okamura. 18, H.A. Yudhishthira. Then we have 19, Krishnan Rajini from India. 20 on the grid is Hassan Shah Makno. Then we have Michael Blair, 21st on the grid. 22nd on the grid, Muhammad Farid Badro Hisham. And last on the grid, 23rd on the grid, number 41, Takahiro Sowa. Well, we have 23 riders on the grid as compared to only 14 in the Underbone 15cc. And all the riders said the race here in Madras is very important for their team, for their manufacturers, and also for themselves in point standing, because this is the third round of the season. We have 3 more rounds to go in Suzuka, Autopolis, and Doha, Qatar. And the race here in Madras, well, that will really show their position in the overall standing before going to the last 3 races or 3 rounds of the year. But then again, anything can happen in racing, as what Richie Kionari proven last year on winning the championship at the very last minute, very last race and the last round of the season.
Still plenty of points to play for. With this round, it's another 175 points up for stakes. As the riders all assemble neatly at the starting grid, the starting marshal moves side.
For red light off, and here we go. Race 2 of SuperSports 600cc, and it's a good start for Atlan. Well, once again, Tamada lead the race after first corner is Makoto Tamada, Atasha Kamon Saman, and Zambri Baba.
Yeah, good start by Makoto there, but followed closely by Aslan and Zamri. So it's very interesting. Katsuaki Fujiwara now with the best start. I think he's currently in 6th or 7th position.
This is 16 laps for SuperSport 600cc. Once again, we have the usual riders in front. Is Makoto Tamada, then Azan Shakamal Zaman, and Zambri Baba still early in the race. And then they must make sure that they take care of the tire well to ensure that the grip, they can have the maximum grip till the end of the race. And that's very important. And what Atlan said in race 1 just now, that when he had battle with Makoto Tamada and the tire usage, that he won a lot of tires during the battle. And this is up to the riders how they will use the tire in the race. But very important for them. Now we have battle for 4th place at the moment. And behind, I believe, is Yuki Ito. He's battling hard with Dipong Warakon.
And Ryuta Kobayashi as well. So 1, 2, 3 already pulling off a mini break from the chasing pack. 4, 5, 6, 7, the guys all behind. Ryota leading the group with Yuki Ito as well as Katsuaki Fujiwara.
We'll wait after lap 1. We have still Tamada. Then second is Azlan Shah, Kamal Zaman, Zamri Baba, third. And we have battle for fifth place. It's very interesting at the moment. Fourth place is between Yuki Ito, and then we have 2 or 3 more riders behind Yuki Ito. But at the moment, focus on the Makoto Tamada leading the race.
Tamada is a very, very strong rider. So if he gets into a good rhythm, I think Aslan and Zamri may also struggle to keep up with him, but we'll see at this moment. And Yuki Ito currently fourth position, posting the fastest time so far in lap 1, but still way off the pace of what the qualifying times are.
She's a long way to go, 15 laps to go with Tamada, Aslan, and Yuki Ito third. Pardon us, is Yuki Ito or because we can't really see the numbers. Yes, it's Yuki Ito third. Zamri is fourth. Yes, it's Yuki Ito third. Zamri is fourth at the moment.
So a bad start for Zamri, and maybe we'll see another winner today. Yuki was really strong in race 1 as well. Made a mistake and drop off from Aslan, Zamri and Tamada. So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep that pace and follow Aslan and Tamada. I'm sure Zamri would catch up with the three in front of them rather sooner than later.
Well, it was Zamri who had a battle with the riders in fourth position at the moment. Zamri is now chasing Yuki Ito in front with the 2 Honda rider battling hard for first place. Tamada and Azlan Shah Kamal Zaman, and we have Yuki Ito and Zamri Baba, Kobayashi 5th. Then we have Pirawat Watangnan on 6th. 7th, we have Katsuaki Fujiwara. Titipong Warakon 8th. That's the race order. Well, it's a good race by Pirawat Watangnan as well. Currently 6th behind Kobayashi. While still in the distance, the gap is not very far between all the riders. And now we have Zamri Baba now chasing very hard in fourth position alone in front of the group behind. And all the 4 riders getting closer. Now we have the 2 riders in front, Tamada and Azlan battling for first place. And it seems that the gap between Zamri and Yuki Ito now coming down.
They are already in qualifying pace with a 1 minute 43.2. The bad start for Zamri is not going to help his tires if he uses more than is necessary to chase this leading 3. It could affect him in later part of the race. I'm quite sure Zamri has the pace to catch up with his top 3 riders at this moment, but Tamada, cool, poised and relaxed, leading the lap currently, 14 laps to go.
Yes, as you can see now, Zamri is battling very hard behind Yuki Ito, and it's going to be hard for his tire as well. And the top 4 riders, just like in race 1, we have Tamada, Aslan, Yuki Ito, and Zamri Baba with 13 laps to go. And now at the moment, and in race 1, we have Aslan leading most of the race, but this time around is Tamada. Maybe Aslan is trying to use another strategy. Perhaps he will make sure that his tire is well before he can get past or he can overtake Makoto Tamada and to win the race.
Reverse psychology, I would say. Aslan putting the pressure on Tamada. Really good ride by Pirawat, who's in 5th position. Fujiwara has got back a position, 6th at the moment, followed closely by Ryuta Kobayashi and Titipong in 8th position. Zakwan in 9, and in 10th position we have Koyama. So Koyama has also lost a couple of positions at the start of the race.
This is a battle for first place, top 4 riders, and as you can see, Zamri Baba is closing down behind Yuki Ito, very close behind Yuki Ito at the moment. And 4th place is Kobayashi. This is the top 2 riders, Makoto Tamada and Azlan Shah Kamal Zaman, with still maintain his position is Yuki Ito. Zamri Baba, and the gap between the top 4 riders is not very far. We have less than 1 second between Tamada and Adlan Shah Kamal Zaman. Less than 1 second between Yuki Ito and Zamri Baba. Now, quite a huge gap between the first group, which is Adlan and Tamada in front, and now battle for third place between Yuki Ito and also Zamri Baba.
And Zamri's managed to pip Ito in coming into turn one. So Zamri now up to third position. So Zamri clearly the man to be watched. I'm pretty sure he's setting the fastest lap at the moment. And Tamada and Aslan sort of gone into this rhythm, very comfortable doing 1 minute 43 meets. And we'll see if Zamri mixes things up at this moment.
Zamri is going very fast at the moment. We'll see how he will affect his tire at the end of the race. Oh, this is, I think it's a Farid Badro.
Yeah, either Farid Badro or Michael Blair, who's run off in turn one.
We'll see how it will affect the tire for Zamri Baba, but currently at the moment he's still going strong in the third position, just right behind Adlan Shah Kamal Zaman. Yuki Ito is still in fourth place, his top four riders, and then that's a gap between him, between the fourth riders, and this is Ahmad Fuad Barudin.
Yeah, I think it's a pity. I think Fuad's having some sort of mechanical problem, looking to the rear part of the bike, either suspension or tire problem. So he's retired from this race. Not a good weekend for Fuad as well.
Yeah, not a good weekend for Ahmad Fuad Barudin. Wow. Coming back to the race, 11 laps to go, with Tamada still leading the race with Adlan Shah Kamal Zaman and Zamri Baba third, Yuki Ito fourth. And the gap between all four riders is very close. Now, any one of the four riders can win the race, with Zamri Baba setting the fastest time.
Zamri Baba with a new lap record, just as I mentioned, 1 minute 42.67, so he's battered Aslan's qualifying lap record of 142.7. So, as I mentioned, Zamri clearly the man on the move at this moment. I'm just worried that he's used too much of his tires for the entire part of the race.
Yes, indeed, Ron. We'll see how it will affect his tire at the end of the race, but at the moment he's still going strong in third place. Yuki Ito following closely behind Zamri Baba. There's a little bit of gap between Aslan and Zamri. 11 laps to go, and it's the top four riders in race one still leading the race, and we have quite a gap between Yuki Ito and riders in fifth place, Kobayashi. Now it's battle now between the two top riders for first place and the two riders for third place, the two Yamaha and the two Hondas in front.
It'll be interesting. As we saw in race one, clearly no team orders. Tamada going all out to win the race ahead of Aslan, and I'm sure situation is going to be the same for any of these four riders if they have the opportunity to go for it.
Well, it's clearly we can see in race one there's no team orders, because Aslan was leading the race, and coming to the end of the race, Tamada overtook Aslan to win the race. Aslan has to settle in second place, and currently Aslan following closely Makoto Tamada behind. He might be waiting for the right moment to overtake or to get past Tamada. Not sure what the strategy that Aslan had in mind. And currently third is Zamri Baba. Zamri and Tamada also following Zamri closely. So we have all the riders setting up their pace in the top four riders.
Healthy battle as well in the second group between Kobayashi, Fujiwara, and Pirawat's dropped now to 7th position, followed closely by Zakwan, Titipong, and Koyama, rounding up the top 10. So interesting battle going on the front and as a second group as well.
It seems like just now we see Yukito trying to make this move to get past Zamri from the inside, but Zamri still maintain. This is the second group. Yes, we have Kobayashi and Katsuaki Fujiwara. Fujiwara currently is 6th. Well, this is not his favorite track indeed, but it's very important to Fujiwara to finish up in the race to ensure that he has the the maximum point for him before going to Suzuka and Autopolis.
Yeah, I think so. It's much better performance by Katsuaki Fujiwara in race 2, and able to do some battle, showing major changes to suspension to be more competitive in race 2, and currently trying really hard to hang on to Ryota Kobayashi, but being kept by pressure by Pirar Woktanawun, Zakwan Zaidi, Titipong, as well as Koyama.
Well, this is a track that hard on tires and suspension, very bumpy, as you can see. But now Katsuaki Fujiwara still maintaining 6th position, but 2-3 riders behind, not very far behind Katsuaki Fujiwara. This is a battle for 5th place between Kobayashi Fujiwara, then Zakwan Zaidi, 7. We have another 3 riders behind Zakwan Zaidi.
Back to the front group, Tamada still ahead of Aslan, and looks currently Yuki does have a little bit of more pace than Zamri. Seems to be able to follow Zamri easily. We see Zamri struggling earlier in one of the turns where his bike went a bit out of control, but you know he's the man with the fastest lap still. So hopefully he's not overshot his tires.
As Aslan is well waiting behind patiently behind Makoto Tamada, as Yuki Ito as well behind Zamri Baba. Maybe they know that the race is still a long way to go. 9 laps to go for them, so they still have time to make to get past the rider in front. They have to make sure that their pace is right and the tire condition is at the best condition at the end of the race. And one rider is down, and I think it's Aslan Shah. Aslan
Yeah,
Shah.
I think it looks like it's Aslan Shah who's. Yep, it's Aslan Shah who's crashed. I think coming to the back part of the circuit. And then we have another guy.
Zakwan Zaidi,
I think it's Zakwan Zaidi who's crashed as well, and his bike is in the center of the track. So I'm not sure if the marshals are now going to. Are they able to clear this bike, or they're going to have to stop the race? So it's going to be. It's clearly in a dangerous part of the track. Clearly unfortunate at this moment.
Well, it's clearly the condition is very dangerous on the track. We have Zakwan Zaidi's bike in the middle of the track, but at the moment we have not seen any yellow or red flag around, and the race is still on. The race is still on with 8 laps to go, and it's still Aslan Shah now chasing Makoto Tamada. Is yellow flag. It's still yellow flag, so they have to maintain their position. To maintain their position, there's no overtaking during the yellow flag, while the marshal trying to get everything out. Now Zakwan back.
Zakwan's managed to get back his bike and restart, so yellow flag was shown for Aslan Shah's bike. Still at the runoff area. That's not so critical as Zakwan. Really pity for Zakwan, who was really doing really well. Best finish earlier in race 1 in 8th position.
Well, it's interesting to see what Aslan will do in the end of the race run. Clearly, that I believe he has more pace than Makoto Tamada, but still waiting the right moment to get past Tamada. Well, is Aslan
Aslan just taking his time.
yes, that's
Oh, and then we have a big high side there from Tamada. It looks all right at this moment. He's going to crawl out of the circuit. Just as we said, Aslan taking his time. Tamada pushing in a little bit. I think he just opened his gas throttle a little bit too early and flipped out of the bike. What a pity for Tamada. I thought he had everything under control. Looked really good. So now Aslan out on his own. Did they touch? No, clearly Tamada opened up his gas, lost the rear, and got flipped over the bike.
Well, what a pity for Makoto Tamada, who was leading the race with his pace. It was we were talking about Aslan and Tamada in front, and how Aslan maintained his pace behind Makoto Tamada to ensure that the Honda team can finish 1-2 once again in race 2. And now with no Tamara in front, Aslan now pushing hard in first place. 6 laps to go. 6 laps more for Aslan Shakamusama to win the second race. Zamri second, Yukito up to third. And now we have Titi Pong up to fourth. Kobayashi fifth. And Koyama sixth. Fujiwara down to seven. With Pirawat now currently 8. 9 is Iwata. Okamura 10. The top 10 riders. And we see it now, Aslan really opened his gas. They're moving very fast in front.
Yeah, I think circuit temperature has really gone up, and we've seen now a couple of riders falling off in a few places. So it's going to be difficult now for riders to push, and I think maintenance of the tires is going to be very critical. And it's a real pity we lost Tamada there, because it was going to be an epic battle between it's red flag. It could be the incident regarding Tamada, so it's what an unfortunate incident.
Well, it's red flag now, and we hope that Tamada will be okay after he crash in race 2. While race has been stopped, and we have still 6 laps to go for race 2, SuperSports 600cc. Unfortunate incident for Makoto Tamada. Here, once again, we see high side coming out from the corner. And there's nothing that Tamada can do. While he was leading the race at his own pace. And there's no real challenge from the rider in the second place. Behind him it is Aldansha Kamal Zaman. But now the race has been stopped. We will wait whether them to continue the remaining 6 laps of the race. All the riders now back. Well, it's going to be very unfortunate as well for Aldan Shah Kamal Zaman, who had a healthy lead in front of the group. He was leading the pack, leading the race with Zamri Babu and Yuki Ito second and third, quite far behind Aslan. And now they have to start once again, and I believe they will start on the position that they stopped the race. Well, this is the final results when we have Makoto Tamada has been declared as the winner. Adnan Shah Kamzaman second and Zamri Baba third. So it's the same podium in race 2 as in race 1.
It's very unfortunate. We were just looking forward for an exciting races to build up. But maybe I think upon consultation with the riders, it probably was a smart decision to do. They would just have to race 4 laps more.
Well, we'll see where the riders are standing. We'll put all the riders because I believe it is who will be benefited more on this out of this. I think Aslan will still lead the championship points. I will see the second place and the gap between Aslan and rider in the second place. Tamada in the second place before going to Japan. And Makoto Tamada has been declared as the winner, winning race 1 and race 2 here in Madras, India.
And now, can we have a picture for posterity? A wonderful end to this race meeting.
Prize given by Mr. MP Singh, President of PETRONAS Lubricant India.
Yeah, result is very happy, but first I want to say every rider, I'm sorry because I'm crashed, and then I think red flag. And also, beginning of race is I don't know, tire is not so much grip, but lap time is not so bad. And my feeling is also my feeling is not so bad, but after I don't 10 laps, big high side, I don't know. I'm keep tire life, but I don't know. Sorry.